well, the cheapest Amazon, but cheapest automatic chicken door from Amazon, right? One that's powered by battery powered, goes off a light and everything. We're gonna go through everything. To get an idea kind of what it looks like, all the parts, components, but went into it as well here. So, but welcome everybody. My name's Ryan, here on Easygoing Growers. Good to have you all on here. Yeah, it's a little bit of a chilly day. We've been getting a little bit of rain lately, so it's a little bit more humid than usual around here. But we're going to be covering again, finishing up here, walk you through the installation. I'm going to show you a couple things I had to do, what I had to troubleshoot in real time on this because my measurement was off by a little. Because again, longtime viewers of the program know I kind of just eyeball stuff around here. So, but we're going to get into that. So again, if you like gardening, if you like stuff in the greenhouse, doing stuff in and around the yard, house, etc., uh, dad, grandpa stuff, right? Whatever. Especially in the garden, be sure to hit subscribe and hit that notification bell so you know when I come live, like right now. So, all right, as you can see, we've got some of our girls are back here living their best lives, kind of digging up. They've been in the backyard here for a minute doing their thing while I've been over here just kind of getting this situated. Had to do a little bit of deconstruction on the coop that we're going to reconstruct here as we're chatting today. But I do want to walk you through. Let me get this back up here and make sure that's secure. Cool. So we can come in here. We get a better look at what the workings of the. Oh, come on now. Let's not do that. You were fine until I touched you. Go figure. This will be a thing. Hook over, Ryan. Take a second and be safe. All right, cool. All right, got to make sure we keep our eyes. Anyways, I'm gonna switch over. Actually, I think I'm good here. We're not gonna be going anywhere else today, so we should keep a pretty good signal. Anyways, yeah, we're gonna go over the different pieces here. Like I said, I had to deconstruct this in order to install this because of kind of how I had my door set up here. But we're good. We're all sorts of goodness here, and like I said, I think the chicks are they're gonna appreciate this because this is gonna be able to auto open and close for them, and they're not gonna be stuck waiting, wondering if hey, is Ryan gonna wake up and come and let us out of the coop here? So that's why we got the door. That's specifically just so we can help take care of them. We're also gonna follow up on last week's random Sunday build of some nesting boxes, which are over there. They are. I finished up the build basically off stream for all the reasons. So it's good to have everybody on here though. Welcome, man. Yeah, everybody hopping in. Hey, be sure when you show up in the chat here, let us know where you're from. I'm here in northern Michigan, and we have one of these days where like the sun wants to come out. It's right there. It's right there, and it wants to be warm. It wants to make Ryan not feel so cold and everything. So hey, Marion. Hey, welcome everybody. Hey, where are you guys from? Let us know in the chat. Make sure, yeah, thank you for everybody who's hitting the thumbs up too. I appreciate it. Thank you. So you can see the girls are coming in here, uh, making their way into the coop here. But yeah, we're gonna go over the stuff here. And I tell you, the solar panels that are on this thing here, um, are something special to say the least. They actually in Indiana. Okay, awesome. How's the weather down there in Indiana today? It is cool, refreshing. So Husker State. Yeah. Love it. Love it. It is definitely Arkansas. Love it, everybody. Welcome. Be sure to say hi, everyone. Say hi to everybody as you're coming in the chat. It's good to have everybody here. So let's talk a little bit about. Well, let's get into the weather here because, like I said, it is still unseasonably comfortable out here and everything. I think it's 45 right now. 45, and it's for the 1st of November here. Cool and rain. Okay, yeah, we had rain last night a little bit, but for the most part, it's been dry and everything. So it's last 2 days, yesterday and today, we've gotten some rain. So yeah. All right. So let's get into this here a little bit about kind of what I picked up. So I went to Amazon and um I bought the cheapest automatic chicken coop door that I could possibly find because I don't like spending money on them. When I went and looked on Amazon, they're like 140, 100 and November 2nd right now. That's awesome. Oh yeah, depending on where you're at, right? You're on the, depending on where you at. You're obviously on the other side of the date line there. But I went and got the cheapest automatic chicken coop door that I could find because I don't like paying a lot of money for these things, especially if I don't know if I'm gonna really want to have them or not. And if they're gonna work up at this environment, right? And everything. So yeah, so what we did is And knowing this is my temporary coop that I'm going to have here, like this run in the chicken coop, then the spring here, we're going to be building out a much more robust, larger coop for the chickens when we get in there. So I just want to get some test stuff here. And then if this is what I want, snow and snow. Yeah, I know. I'm not looking forward to all the snow coming here. Welcome, welcome everybody. I know KK. Hey KK. I see you on there. Um so anyways, this is just temporary. This is build out that we have. So really just getting it more set up for this winter to see what I like, what I don't like, and then I'm gonna go ahead and yeah, I know. Not only garage door opener, and it comes with a remote. Like it came with a remote. So this was $39 for the kit, and I'm gonna show you the different pieces that it has here and everything. But it's so far so good. I gave it through a couple test runs here, did the install. I didn't really want you guys on here during the initial install because there was a lot of roughing in here, and frankly, um, it was just cold this morning, so I was kind of in a grumpy mood. Sun's coming out. I'm getting a better mood now, so we can be on here. So let's take a look at this thing here. We're going to start up here with the solar panels here, which I think are really interesting. Okay, it so the solar panel right here, just install it. It's got this cool, again, it's adjustable, which is nice. Obviously, depending on the time of year, when it's going to be like when we are in, oh, wait, check it out. We got our merch hat, by the way, in here. So if you guys if you want to support the stream, best way you can, there's a link in the description where you can go and pick up this plus long sleeve shirts and stuff. But again, we love subscribe, we love likes, we love them all. Um, so depending on where time of year, right? So like when I'm in February, I mean, the sun is literally coming in at this angle, right? I mean, because up here in northern Michigan, as it shifts here, we want to be able to have this, and then during the summertime, right? We want to be able to adjust it up so it's getting the maximum amount of sunlight. So, we got it right here for right now. But real simple install. It's just got these 3 screws that go in here, easy peasy, just what we like. And then down here, it's got a cable that comes and connects. We got some very curious chickens here. I think they see the door kind of half open, so they're trying to make a run for it there. But anyways, enough of those girls, right? It has this white again, connects with a wire down here, and it connects at the base of this right here with a little USB connector. So it's a USB-C. It's the newest models out there, right? That it just pops right in there. So let me break down and kind of show you guys this piece here. So real simple. We're gonna go over the time stuff, but let's just give you the quick working demonstration of it. There it goes. Look at that. And you can see how it's got these in here. So it's got a gear. It's gear driven in the back, right? So it's just lifts up, lift down. Now you can see where. See if I can get you guys in the right. These always difficult doing it this way, but we want to make sure you guys can see. I know it's gonna be backwards for y'all, but so it's charging. It's measuring the light. But here's the big piece here. I can adjust like how much sunlight. Like so at 10% sunlight of what it calls for light, it opens up and then it closes at 2%. So that's like, closer to dusk and everything like that, right? So like that's the big piece that we want to make sure that we're doing here is that whatever works for you. It's like for me, I'm going to leave it at basically at the factory settings on here because this, it seems to be 2%. That's dusk. That's going to be really, really dark. And that'll make sure that our chickens have gotten in here. Right? Check it out. They're all hanging out in their roost. Got the little mirror, make sure they all look good. Make sure those guys are in. We want to make sure that they are inside here and inside the actual run and up in their coop, right? When it's when it's dusk. So that gives them as much time to, hustle their little chicken booties over there and get up. Last thing we want to do is have these guys stuck outside when this thing drops, right? Other thing it has on here, it's another safety feature. I just thought was interesting with this is that it has a pressure switch on here. So for instance, when this goes down, when it goes down, there we go. See how it's slowing down? And then it goes back up. Okay, so we're not going to be cutting any chickens in half. Like that's the idea. It's got a little safety pressure switch where it won't crush anybody in case honey's running a little late getting inside of here. So I thought that was pretty great little bit of technology to have in there. I wish most of the vehicles with the windows that go up and down did that too. So, but anyways, it's a good little deal here. So it took me all of 10 minutes. I say, well, I'm gonna say 10 minutes to install, closer to 15. I had to do some Are you good? All right, make sure I get you guys back up here. There we go. So it has a little, see how it's continuing to go back down? So what it did is, who's making all that noise over there? Oh, Betty, is that you? Okay, so sorry, I got Betty White over there being loud. Um, so with this, where it dropped back down, because it was in the, it still needs to close for safety. So it has a timer. It realizes, hey, we don't want to crush anyone, right? And then it pops back up to keep people safe. And then, sorry, I got Betty over there. She's just squawking at me. And then once they figure, hey, they've gotten in, then it'll continue to drop down because it's a safety issue to have it be down. So yeah, it's good stuff. So anyways, that's where we're at right now. So next up on this, oh, and it does have a remote. As far, it does have a remote that I can keep if I want to have, like, the house is just over here. If for some reason I want to, let them in early, close it at a different time or whatever that happens to be. So, hey Josh, welcome, welcome. So, depending on how we want to do that, I got a little remote. I can make those adjustments myself. So lots of goodness there. So thank you everybody for the thumbs up. It's so, man, we got packed in here pretty quick. Lots of folks joined in. So hey, just as a reminder, everybody, when you come in, please let us know where you're from. We love after if you're gonna hit the thumbs up, take a second, let us know where you're at. Same thing, if you're gonna hop in and say hi, let us know where you're from. Hey Adam, we got folks from all over hopping in here doing their thing. So all right, so the girls are in here doing this. We're getting ready to have some chickens run out of here because I'm gonna start stapling this thing back down to secure this piece. And really all I did is, I had to deconstruct my coop a little bit to put it back together again. So I think we're in a good spot. Oh yeah, I can feel that sun's really starting to come out now. That's so great. Love it. So, all right. Whew. So things that have been pretty exciting here. So we're going to go take a look once I get some of these staples in here and kind of secure this piece up. We're going to go take a look, also show you the finished product with the outdoor nesting boxes. Again, just they're temporary. They're not meant to last that long. They are literally just, they're going to last for this year and it'll probably be it. That's plenty. Just so the chicks have a little space that they can still nest outside and get a little sunlight during these colder winter months that we got going on here. So yeah, so hopefully is everybody, so with that, for those folks here, New Jersey, awesome. Hey, so everyone, how was your Halloween? Everybody do good? We had tons of little ones making their way around here, looking for candy and all the good stuff here. I tell you, it's so weird. Again, just the dynamic difference too in Halloween, right? Growing up here, because we were out. I mean, we were just little hooligans, just causing all sorts of. I mean, we were out. May have been accidentally knocking down a few mailboxes, TPing, egging people's homes, just soaping, causing all sorts of problems, right? And it's just so interesting now, just the dynamic of the kids. They are literally like, "Nah, man, we don't do that here. We're out here." I mean, they're out. There was the number of teenagers that were out escorting their brothers and sisters around and other kids. Like they were doing like, I'm on an intersection of kind of like a busy little thoroughfare for our area, and we do everything against the UK? Absolutely not. Love the UK. Matter of fact, my wife and I, we've been watching Hannah Rickards. She does really good like vlogging in London. So we love the UK. We love the UK here. So anyways, what they had, so they've got these kids are out just being like awesome, like little adults doing things, and it was awesome to see. I was like, man, this is great. So it's just cool, the dynamics that are changing. But man, we gave out, so I'm the house that says, make sure that you guys are grabbing fistfuls of candy. Like I'm that guy. That's our household. We have so much, bins and bins of candy. So just load up, guys. So it was definitely okay. All right, so let's see. So again, we're just going to be securing this back down here. Again, so the other thing too here is that for those that are maybe not familiar with the setup here, this is actually inside my garden. So like we're inside my garden enclosure, and then I've got the run and the coop are basically inside there. So we have like double walls of protection that if any critters want to get in, they're gonna be earning their chicken snack, is kind of what we like to say. Hey Romania, hey. Awesome, thank you. Oh yeah, nice, like 19, thank you, I appreciate it. Good to have you back on here. So, but yeah, this is this automatic chicken door thing is chicken wire man in America. God bless you. Thank you. Um, so, anyways, uh, like this has been long overdue though. Again, the girls they get. I've got video. I recorded a series of videos to do a long form on the installation. You know, on my channel, I typically do like shorter, like, hey, here's what this is like to do. But I did this morning. I set my camera out bright and early to do a time lapse of them waking up and getting angry with me because I wasn't at the door opening it. Because it's the way it is. They're always out here like, hey man, like if I don't open it before I head in to the coffee shop to go check on things. Um, so yeah, and this morning I didn't have that set up. So they were, hey, just a reminder, everybody, when you hop in and say hi, let's make sure you let us know where you're from too, because we got folks from all over. They were not happy with me. They were very frustrated. Honey was giving me some death stares. This honey mustard, one of our chickens here. So I'm gonna bring you over here because I got to do some stuff on the back. So let me pull this up. All right, come on, open up. There we go. Oh, from Iowa. Awesome. Awesome. Did you guys get snow yesterday? Did you guys get snow, or is that just up in Minnesota? I saw some snow on the some snow on the radar here. So I'm on the back side of this here. And in order to get this thing installed, I actually had to take this top off. So we were doing some stuff. So I just want to get this a little bit more secured here. Sorry if it's loud while I'm doing this. Give it another week or two. Yeah, same here. We're expecting to get snow in the next 10 days. It's time. We've been having lots of frost here for sure, and it's already had a pretty solid effect on stuff. So, oh, there we go. We got chicken parade going on. All right, so I'm going to straighten up over here for a little bit. Oh, so honey mustard is the name of my granddaughter gave one of our chickens. Or I said honey, but I think I made it into honey mustard. And it's, where's she at? Hey honey. It's northern BC, Canada. Oh, I bet you guys have gotten stuff up there too. Oof. But yeah, so it's good stuff over here, guys. Like, I mean, I'm just still absolutely like blown away. I'm out here right now, and just an extra shirt here, undershirt, hat, obviously. That isn't my normal hat with the floppy ears this time, where I'm all set up there. So anyways, we're gonna make sure that this remote is gonna make its way to the house. So we'll just toss this right here. Swing. It'll be fine. It's over there. All right. So things to straighten up with. I'm just gonna kind of organize a bit as we're going along here. But Colorado, oh, awesome. And you're probably Colorado. Are you up in the mountains, or are you down a bit? So are you getting snow? It's, oh man, it's that time of year. Man, we're all comparing notes on when the snow comes, or if we've already gotten how much snow it is. Woof. It's always something. All right, so we're just gonna kind of stack these out here. Hi, girls. Yes, I know you guys want it. They want to go back over to the yard, so they are all excited about that. So 6,000 feet. Okay, all right. Oh, that's the other thing I forgot about, folks out in the mountains there. You guys are always like, hey, you compare elevations. I forgot about that part. I lived it whenever we would travel around there. I was always interested to see that. So, but anyways, I'll just go back to this. This is what the box comes in. It's I do actually so far. I'm actually I'm the initial thing for like installation. I'm gonna recommend this thing. It's $39 on Amazon. Trying to think. It's called Automatic Chicken Coop Door, Solar Powered, whatever. But I just went to Amazon, and they've got a group of them. They're like $160, 140, 130, and then they have some that were like $39. I'm like, that's the winner. That's one we're gonna start with and see how that goes. So yeah, pretty happy. It goes up, it goes down. And then I will keep an eye on it, obviously, and be reporting back in some on some shorts. So again, if you subscribe make sure you do hit that notification bell so you know when I put those things out, because I'll have a short where I'll come in and like, hey, so made it through the first, it's the first evening, went out to check, and yes, it closed on its own. Thumbs up, so you guys will know. And then in the mornings, be able to check that too. So we will have that. So I just want to get this stuff out of here. So the girls, if they want to come back out, I want them going through the new door. So let's see. Let's see. Look at that. Good job, guys. You used the door. Last one here. Oh, I got one girl's just being a little silly. All right, she'll come out. Okay. So yeah, pretty happy with that, guys. All right, so let's go take a look over at what we had. Our nesting boxes. This is from last week where we built this just out of OSB. Like I said, well known that this thing is not going to last longer than basically a season or so. But again, I'm just testing this out. Oh, girls are getting a little feisty over there. I'm just testing this out to see if this is something that the girls will use. So just give you some direction here. This direction, so behind this is west. So Lake Michigan's over there. So we got northerly over here, and most of our winds come this direction. So I wanted to have something out here where they could get some sunshine just to be out, but they're also protected from the wind, the rain, and everything while they're out here doing chicken stuff, right? And so far, they have been, it took them a day, but you can see by the stuff that's been kicked out here, they got settled in here, and they've used one, two, three of that, four of them. These ones they haven't got in yet. So they've been up here and I've seen them. They seem like they're enjoying it and everything like that. So oh, no, I appreciate that. Yeah, you're too kind. I'm just a regular dude, but um so, and again, yes, when you saw last week's stream, obviously this was just us kind of piecing this together by, I had some pre-cuts and we were just put this together, but the chicks are enjoying it. They really are. They got over here. It took them a day to kind of sniff it out, literally and figuratively. And hop in there, and they seem to be enjoying it. They haven't left me any eggs in here yet. Right. I know this is going to be where eggs go to freeze very shortly. I already know that that's going to be a thing. So yeah, so we got that spot. Other things, it's just more funny than anything for you guys. So let me flip this around and get my gloves off here. Sorry about that. We're going to go for a little walk. So this is this is what remains of my celery. They've just been here chopping this thing up, but this is like the last of my celery grown over here, and then these are the last couple things I got growing. Then we got my artichokes, so which are amazingly still doing well. They've been through three heavy frosts, and artichokes are still doing their thing, which I wasn't expecting. I didn't think they were actually going to hold up that well. So yeah, there's that. Okay. What do you want, honey? What you doing? What you doing? Honey's over here being all sort of sneaking up on me here. Okay. Anyway, so I want to show you guys also, we're going to take care of this today. Some more stuff, just a follow-up for those that seen here. My basil plant, unfortunately, well, it's bush almost at this point, right? It has, what are you doing here, huh? You want to say hi? There you go. Hey, honey, saying hi, everybody. What's going on? Yeah. Okay. Good girl. Okay. So this basil, I was hoping it was going to go to seed so that I could harvest these and have them available. Hey, you just want to be in the frame? Is that what you want? Okay, here. Come here. All right. So anyways, I wanted to be able to harvest seeds on this, but it just didn't get, there's what you can do for those that don't know with your basil. You can, as you're getting the flowering, as it starts to flower, you can actually pull the flowers off and it'll continue to branch out and grow another cycle, and then it'll go to flower. You can pull those flowers off and and this is where you end up with basil plants that look like this, right? Instead of, smaller ones. I let it go one cycle too many. So I missed out on getting any seeds out of this. So fortunately, I'm going to be growing. I'm going to have to grow from, I'll get packets of seeds again, which I don't really like to do, especially on a lot of these things, but it is what it is. We're over it. We're not upset. You guys are just hanging out with me today, huh? What you doing, huh? Troublemaker. All right. So there's that. Again, but the rosemary bush is still doing great. Now this thing is going to get covered up here shortly. I'm going to start kind of burying portions of it because we are going to start getting too cold for it to be really to be out there on its own. Oh, we got one. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt. You laid an egg? Yeah, drop me some eggs. Need some omelets. Yeah. All right. Other stuff. So we're gonna head into the greenhouse next because I do want to show you guys a couple stuff in the couple things in the greenhouse that are going on, things we've been working on that we have worked on, and just more of an update than anything else, right? Because like you guys, greenhouse streams are gonna be the like our primary thing coming up here shortly for all the reasons. So again, we're in my greenhouse. It is 7 feet tall by 6 feet wide by 16 feet long. So 7 by 6 by 16 all the way down there. And oh, it's already warmer in here too. Man, it's like almost 60 degrees in here. I will take it. So yeah, we're gonna have a lot of time in here for the those that haven't been on the streams before and haven't aren't longtime viewers. This is where we spend a lot of our time, really starting November, December. We're gonna be in here doing stuff. So give you guys kind of an update on our lettuce that we started 6 weeks ago. It is coming along nicely here. We've got enough here for some salads, but this is again for me and the redhead, so we can make sure that we have fresh salads growing, things like that. And also for the chicks too, so they get fresh greens, right? We want to be able to have that. I've got some basil started in here. It hasn't quite germinated yet. It's getting close. So I'm probably gonna, to be honest, I'm probably gonna have to put the basil on a warming pad to really make sure it's staying around 70 degrees to ensure I get good germination. And then my onions, they came up 2 weeks ago, and they're coming along here. And again, we're gonna be growing these out simply just so I have access to fresh green onions for garnish and things like that. We have some other things that we're gonna be looking to start here as well. Probably my guess would be on the Tuesday or Thursday stream next week. We're going to be starting brassicas. So specific, we're going to start some cauliflower. We're going to start some broccoli, Brussels sprouts, and kale. We're gonna have kale for sure. I'm probably gonna do a whole tray of kale just so I have plenty of it here. The chicks like it. It's also good, obviously, for us to have around in salads and other stuff too. So lots of goodness there. And spinach as well. So we're gonna have spinach growing like gangbusters as well too. So gonna be good stuff, folks. All right, so the next thing we're gonna check in on. So this, again, greenhouse. Y'all haven't been here. This is what we're gonna be spending an awful lot of time here, and been doing a really good job as far as holding temperature lately too. So there's a few things I'm gonna have to make some adjustments to as far as on the bubble wrap here, and then also as we move in, get later in the season, get more of our insulation going too. So that's going to be that spot. I want to check in also, take a moment and update you guys on our, let me get this glove off here too. Our current leaf situation, right? Because if you guys have been paying attention, I've been on the streams for a little bit. We have been collecting leaves from, do I need airflow? Yes. And I do actually, real quick before I go, it's a great question, Swamp Rat. Thank you for asking that. I do need airflow, and I actually have solar powered fans that are right here that kick on at a certain amount of time. And then when it's winter and I don't have air coming in and out, I have some solar powered fans in there that I just have that are blowing air everywhere. Great question. Good question on there. Thank you for that. So, guys, we got leaves. We got like all the leaves. So many leaves. Tomorrow on the stream, big part of what we're going to be doing is I'm going to be shredding those leaves up a little bit, just taking the weed eater. I've already done some of it here so you guys can see. I got this one here. This entire bin was full up to here, and I just went in with the weed eater and just was like grinding everything down. So we're going to be just kind of grinding these down over the next next few days. What I do want to show you is this is our we're this week earlier, I think it was on the Tuesday stream, we combined these two, this one and this one, these two compost bins that were here into one, and we're going to let this guy go for the rest of the season, but we're going to pop it off right now. And I want to be able to show you guys kind of what the temperature's at too. So before I get that, we're going to flip this around and show you because I know I'm backwards in the scene. There you go. Let me see. Nope, want to go here. There we go. All right, see, so like everything's right up so you can read my hat, right? Everything looks good there. So you can see the temperature. Let me spin this around. Temp that we're currently cooking at here. And that's in freedom units, so that's 160 degrees Fahrenheit. So it is hot in there. It is cooking. So we have got all sorts of stuff. And that happens anytime that you turn your compost. So if you go and go look on my page, you will see. I think the last stream that I had was again where we're talking about we were actually turning the compost here as well. So step one is basically be removing this thing out of here, and then we're just gonna. I want you guys to kind of see the cross section here because you're gonna be able to see some of the actual microbial action kicking up here. I think it's well worth the time and energy for you guys to see, especially those that don't do are looking to start composting or aren't sure with it, kind of what it looks like. And you'll see like the striation. So one of the things that I did here, see how I got all these leaves on top? In a couple weeks, I'm gonna put a tarp on top of here, but for now, I have a layer of leaves on top of here that are not composting. They're simply just to cover the top of this thing. And what it does is it prevents moisture from wicking off as the wind's blowing by. It gives a little insulation, but it's really simply just to keep from the wind blowing and wicking moisture off, which is going to cool down the overall compost bin. Now, there's so much heat coming on this thing, guys. Woo, it is toasty. But you can see the different areas here. I'm going to grab some out of here too so you can kind of see. But I don't know if this is showing up well. We got these white. I can grab it actually. I think I can. I can't. I got it. Cool. You can see. Probably see it real well against my hand. You guys see that white? Let me get all this out of here. This one guy. See how white that is? All right. So that's where the bacteria are setting up shop in here, and the colonies are starting to do their thing and growing out. So I'm just gonna go in here. Just grab right here, and you can see where like the color change is kind of going on here, how dark it's getting. And and the biggest thing is going to be this again, guys, it's the smell test on here. Okay. And what you're going with, if it smells like sickly gross and just you've got the wrong bacteria. Swamp Rat, I see your question. I'm going to get to it in a second. You're going to get you have the wrong bacteria set up in here. And when it smells and it stinks and it's terrible, that means you've got, it is anaerobic bacteria, which is the bacteria that don't need oxygen. And that's not what you want to have in here. So you've got it's compressed, no airflow has happened in here, and you've got the wrong group. So you're going to have to basically rip your compost out, mix it all up again, and then throw it back in there. So that's the piece. But it should smell like the forest, right? Loamy, like is the thing. You want it to smell like loam. And this just smells like you're in the forest right now. So the other thing too is when I'm looking at this, I'm looking for the brown matter to green matter ratio, which you can't tell because it's all dark right now, which means, so I'm looking to see how many leaves do I see and how much grass clippings and other stuff, like other green type of stuff. And it's a good mix in here. So I got a good thing. Well, and the last thing is going to be, we're looking for moisture. So when I squeeze this, no moisture should come out of it, right? Like we should be getting drips, but my hand, you see how it's wet, right? There is moisture in here. So that means it's holding on to moisture. It's retaining it. Let's throw this just kind of off the side. I want to punch that back in. So it's got the right level of moisture. We got a good mixture of green to brown. It's warm, good structure. So I'm not going to touch this again. This will not get turned anymore before next year when this ends up on my when this ends up in my garden. Okay. So the other question here is, do you ever test the strength of your compost? So my compost is a little. I mean, what am I doing? Bending over like that. There, stretch it up here. There we go. There we go, Ryan. That's why you pay. That's why you paid the $24 for this cool stand, so you can stand up. Look at that. See, look, we're standing. Okay. So, anyways, test the strength of my compost. No, there's no strength test per se, but what I do with my compost is a couple things. One, most of the time, my compost is a mulch that is put on top of my garden, and it gets worked into the soil over time. Especially when I go through and do my broad forking, where that's simply just lifting up the soil, letting it come back down naturally. The compost works its way in, but I make compost tea out of it, which is where you take some of the compost. Um, I typically will throw in like mashed potatoes into some water, and just kind of let it ferment and do its thing, and then take that water and then spray it all over the garden, which it inoculates the soil with all of the good bacteria. Right, that's the idea. And it works really well for me. So that's kind of where I would look at that. I mean, I'm sure if you get a hold of your local college, they can probably do some testing for like microbial count if you're really interested. But that's nothing that I've ever been as interested in. But that is a good question though. One more back here. There we go. All right, cool. So, anyways, so the idea here is simply I've just got this pressed up against there to keep it from flopping this way. And then this morning also at the coffee shop, espresso grounds. So I've got these here, lots of espresso grounds here. And again, this is just brown matter. And all we're going to do here, really, what I do with this, you guys can see this here. It just kind of ends up just going in here. Living its best life in here. Oops. Whoops. Dropped a big old ball of it. So we're just going to let this stuff mingle and congregate with the leaves. And that stuff will all compost and be delicious. So there's that. All right, and then last but not least, when I turn it to there's normally worms have set up, and that's another good question. So there's typically worms have moved into here. There's always there, and when I get to be around, put that higher actually, because it is going to compress. When in the springtime, there's always mice that move in here too, like over the winter because it's warm. So you'll always have a ton of mice that move in there as well. So that's the other spot that we're dealing with too. So yeah, it has been good stuff. Now we are a couple weeks away. I could do it now, but as we're getting sunlight, I don't want to stop this early. This is where actually my strawberries are at. And you can see where I blew a couple of these off there. They're starting to change. Once all my leaves change to this color, I'm going to come through here and cover this whole thing up with leaves all the way over, just spilling to protect my strawberries over the winter. And then come springtime, we will get the leaves off of there, add some straw, because right? Strawberries, they love straw. It's in the name. And it's to get them going. But that's how you overwinter your strawberries, because strawberries are perennial. They will keep coming back as long as you take care of them. So, all right. Girls are just being all sorts of nosy Parkers today. Look at these girls. What you got to, huh? Troublemakers. All right. So, yeah, see you later. Take care. Hopefully I earned your subscription. Again, that goes back everybody here again. Hopefully I earned your subscription on this stuff. If you like to see yard stuff, if you like to see things going on, obviously we got some homesteading things going on here. Chickens, and also we got some projects we're going to be doing as well, which is going to be kind of where we're leading to next for the updates that are going to be happening here. So I have my Christmas decorations that I have to start building. So we're going to have a couple streams on those. That'll be taking place probably in my garage of all things. There you go. See, always keeping an eye on me. Which I've got I'm really excited for the project for the Christmas. And it's again, stuff that's going to be out in the yard along here, just make it kind of pretty around here. There's gonna be some silhouettes. I'm doing some deer, some pine trees, etc. That we are gonna backlight with. Gonna be lit with a backlight. So, and it'll look real good. I've seen it before. So we've got that, and then we've got a bunch of stuff in the greenhouse to get going. So I have a lot up there. Again, shorter stream today, guys. So I appreciate everybody who hung out. Again, thank you for everybody who hit the like. Thank you so much. Hopefully you all have again real simple thing, just working on the automatic chicken door here. Sorry, the girls are just cracking me up right now. They're like, what is he doing? Is he dropping snacks? Anyways, so again, thank you everybody. Again, I will see you tomorrow. I got a few things planned. Take care, and we'll see you next time.